Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of my podcast. Today, I want to talk about something that everyone has faced: comparison. We often hear advice like, don't compare yourself to others, but let's be real, we actually do compare, and that's how the society works. We can't change it, we can't do anything about it. So, the important question is not to ask, should we compare, but we should ask, how can we compare in a way that doesn't destroy us with stress? I want to share with you my experience. It started with childhood. My family members were like, of course they wanted the best for me, and they always tried to compare. My mom would be like, that kid is so clever, she can make everything, or he does this, why can't you do that? Be like him, be better. And it was always this stress, and which stayed in my brain, that I was naturally comparing to others, and I wasn't asking myself whether it was something I really cared about. No matter what was it, I wanted to be better, and I was always comparing to themselves. This starts with childhood. Then you move to the school and you face the grading system. I mean, the marks, the teachers, and they always compare students. And then we are outside and we face these comparisons everywhere. We constantly see ourselves that, let's take an example. You are struggling to make something, you work hard for it, like weeks. You spend something on weeks, and then you see someone who hasn't faced it before, and they make it in 1 day or two. You feel like you're a loser, you're a completely loser, and this starts eat you alive that I'm not good enough. And we have all been there, no matter like whether it was a career development or it was in sports or where, we have faced it, and it's a horrible feeling. For me, that was in the technical subjects, because I always struggle with technical subjects. Might be the reason that I never knew what I wanted. Starting from school, I did what my parents wanted me to do, to be a good student, to have good marks. Then I moved to the university. I started with psychology, then moved to economics, and you know that there are different subjects in psychology. Like, you study this theory, and then you move to economics and you face the calculus, statistics, and the subjects like that. So I felt like a loser because I saw that I had difficulties to understand the subjects compared to others. So again, I was comparing to others, But that time, I forgot that my natural talent was something else. Generally, every one of us is born with some natural talent. But the hard part is you have to identify it. What is your natural talent? For me, I was never a technical person, nor am I today. I was much more about concentrating on soft skills. It was like natural to me to communicate with people, go out, listen to them, identify like human behavior, what they feel, and I feel good when communicating with people and hearing their thoughts and exchanging our ideas. Today I know that if we say that people have like soft skills and technical skills, I'm naturally soft skills person. But I'm not saying that you should choose something that you are naturally good at and which is easier for you. No, I'm not saying that. A person can learn anything. If you want something, you should definitely go for it and spend some time working on that. And that's why I am a data scientist today. As like you heard before that I mentioned that I'm naturally born to be like speaker, Yeah, but I chose the data science field because I like the field and I know that I might need more hours to spend on the career to become successful compared those other guys who are like more technical. I'm definitely sure that they on the same task we take, they will spend less time compared to me, but I'm okay with that because I like the field and I know that technical skills are something I have to work on and I'm willing to do the work. So that's like everything is possible. You can make everything, but like you have to really understand and identify your strengths, your weaknesses, and once you see the area that you are really interested in but might not be your strengths, like you can spend more time on it and work on it, right? Like we have a day 24 hours and it's up to us how we spend it, so we should spend the time wisely. And regarding the natural talents, I love this quote of Albert Einstein. I'm gonna read it. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. I met this post on Instagram. You know, sometimes the social media does something good. I stopped and I let the quote to digest to me that I always compare to others in something which was their strength, not mine. It was always my weakness. So I'm not saying to stop comparing with others because like we can't do. That's how the society works. We see the posts that don't compare to others, but forget it. We can't get away with it. That's how this world is ordered and we have to follow it. But next time you start comparing, I want you to stop and ask yourself, am I judging myself like a fish trying to climb a tree? Because you have to compare in the right direction. Compare your strengths with other people's strengths. Compare your weakness with other people's weakness. And do not compare your weakness with other person's strengths, because you will be under stress. Of course you have weaknesses, and that the other person also has weaknesses, whoever you are comparing yourself to. But that's the correct part here, that you should compare like apple to an apple, not an apple to a watermelon, right? When you identify and embrace your strengths, then comparison becomes motivation and not distraction. And that's what I'm saying, and that's what my goal of today's podcast, that we can get away with, we can't do anything about it. That's how the society works, but do it correctly. The one thing I want to end up this podcast today, and I want you to take with you, is to compare yourself with others in the right direction. Compare your strengths with others' strengths, not your weakness with others' strengths. Okay, that's it. Bye.